I remember the days when you would sit with your GameCube playing Super Mario Sunshine for hours upon hours. With Sunshine recently having come to Switch, I mean like 2 years ago, I thought to myself, what if I build this in Minecraft? But first I need to sort of get some stuff. So I broke my knuckles, murked Mama Dragon Lady, and I became a mama myself.
I'm a single mother with 3 kids. I could use a little compassion.
But then, tragedy struck. While I left my guy to AFK, a creeper got shot by a skeleton, blew up, and a zombie killed me. I'd been gone for 2 minutes, so I started again and came back stronger than before. This time, I destroyed some fossil fields to ensure my safety and enchanted my whole setup with villagers. And I got these things just to flex. It's been 21 hours. Now, I just need a place to build. And, well, Delfino Plaza is an ocean, so I'll build here. To help with mobs, I've found a mushroom biome inside a warm ocean, but I still have to get rid of this entire island. Okay, this is taking way too long. So I decided to go ahead and get a beacon to speed up the process. I'm not taking any chances. I love nerfing withers. Ah, so much better. With the island flattened, this was my little home.
Please, no! No! No!
Yeah, so it's time to build me a temporary little home. Yeah, there's not mushroom. Seriously, why did I build it floating? It was time to get both a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm to supply me with some fireworks, so that I could actually access my base. Alright guys, with that done, it should be just time to wait, so let's do some strategic AFKing. Not bad for a little AFK sesh, huh? This is a lot for fireworks, but the amount of stuff, it pales in comparison to the impending, daunting, horrific display of my white notepad materials build list. Just this first item, this terracotta, is 60,364 blocks. This is 1 block. This is 500. This is 60,364, and it's not even hollow. Some of these materials I'll definitely need to farm, and some of them I can just brute force. This is fun. Yeah, this is good. Good brute forcing here, yeah. And don't even get me started on the brute forcing of just this first shulker box of terracotta. It took 30 minutes to collect, and I still need to collect 34 more. Overall, this took me like 20 hours, and this is just the first material I need to collect on that list. Just look at these shulker boxes, full to the brim. You know, I can only imagine how bad it will be to place all this down. I hate orange terracotta. Holy crap, I hate it. Boom, dark. Boom, dark. That's dark right there. Could you tell? It's okay if you couldn't. I guess to be fair, this was the largest amount of material I had to collect. But man, was I sick of mining terracotta. With this done, my next task was to go on creating farms for more materials. So let's play a little game called Which Materials Will We Have to Farm to Save My Sanity? And you guys can play along. Alright, welcome to my game show. The first item is sand. Brute force or farmable? Yeah, it's brute forced. Although technically, you can farm it using glitches and weird Minecraft bugs, but that's a bit too hacky, a bit too tacky for me. What about lime concrete? We can actually farm this. Shout out to Shulkercraft for the design. Although, I mean, like, we can farm concrete, but the gravel and the sand and the... Yeah, that's not farmable. White terracotta? Yeah, more brute force. You know, I hate... And I love terracotta. Wait. Stone is brute force. And orange terracotta is brute force. And clay is 41,000. What's for dinner? Wow. Poor little me having an existential crisis. I guess now's a good time as any to go ahead and say if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And make sure to share this video with lots of friends. Making this video broke me. But it would have broken me more if I'd only had brute force materials. So I guess let's focus on the farmable materials first then. With Delfino Plaza being the colorful place that it is, I knew I'd have to create loads of dyes, gather tons of sheep for wool farms, and possibly get a golden piglin trader farm just to collect more materials more easily. It was time to head over to my old grounds, where this entire world had all originally started from. Wow, just looking around, this base is pretty small. This over here is the cave where I almost died from tons of cave spiders. Oh, and over there, that was my first house. Glad to see that my baby villager breeder is still breeding, but my gosh is it full. At this point, I decided it would be a good idea to still build some farms here. After all, a lot of my farms had already been established in this area, at least temporarily. Starting on the dye farms, I had quite a few I had to create in order to obtain every dye possible, but the main one I needed was my cactus farm. A cactus farm, for anyone interested, isn't really that bad to make. As long as you build up like this, place some blocks here and there, do this little thing, have these blocks in this orientation to stack up, and then have a wall surrounding all of it. Most of the cactus will fall to the bottom, go into that little water stream, and boom! You put a hopper down, and now you got a cactus farm. Now I have all the green dye I could ever need. And now that I got my dye needs, at least the majority of them, I really also quickly need to build a honey and beeswax farm, an additional pumpkin and melon farm, or 2, a clay creation farm, a mud farm, a concrete farm, a golem, iron farm, and I also need to extend my villagers so I could trade more blocks with them. Now that I have all my farms, the next things next was...
Answer me, sheep! Sheep is back too. Hello, sheep. Oh, April.
Yeah, okay. It was time to build a farm to get all my wool. Gathering the sheep and then flying them over was pretty easy, and it was a really funny process too. Once I gathered them all up and breeded them a little, the mechanism was pretty simple. As long as you build up like this, place some blocks here and there, do this little thing, have these blocks in this orientation and a little bit of redstone, and voila! And now we've got wool. And finally, the last part were the piglins and a gold farm. Just like this, wow, look at that, and boom, whoa, wow, beautiful, wonderful trading hall. I had all the farms set up and ready to go. Man, that was so easy. Although trying to get the piglins into their assigned trading spots was terrifying. I swear, I almost died like 100 times trying to get them in. Huge shout out to Elitix Tutorial and Mr. Bear Buns for these tutorials. That was such a fake laugh. Although shout out to me too for doing my own redstone down here. Auto sorting gold is pretty tight. Tight, yeah! Pretty cool, and I designed that myself, the builder. Oh yeah, I did redstone. I couldn't believe it. Just like that. All the farms we needed were done, and with a bit more brute forcing, we were nearing the time of the epic, beautiful building time-lapse of doom. But first, there were just a few more miscellaneous materials we needed to get. We needed snow, so, I went and got some, and I went ahead and made a new friend. Hello there, buddy. And, sorry, Horsey. I forgot to include the clip of you becoming friends too, but, there it is. Look, I got him. He's friend. I needed more, and more, and even more, and more shulker boxes, because I kept running out of these things. I needed turtle eggs, and let me just say, for just decor, this is, it's too much work. I need to make a farm. And then, I needed my very final material for the entire build. I needed one singular sea lantern. One singular sea lantern that you can't even see it. It's buried beneath some blocks, right? And let me tell you, getting that sea lantern was so terrifying. There was thrashing and bashing, murking and lurking. I was paranoid and I tried to avoid the impending doom of Guardian Gloom. But there it was, the beautiful, most wonderful, magnificent, glorious final block, the sea lantern. I could have gotten one super easy, but I just really want sponges too. With the final block gathered and a few here and there resources rallied up, it was time for the building, or should I rather say, destruction time-lapse. That's right, in order to finally start building, I actually had to do quite a bit of destroying first in order to lay out the city. And though I was ready to build, this had to be done. But after I'd been finished, it presented me with some interesting time-consuming problems. You see, I have this huge hulk of land I should probably carve out to make this water flow look natural and nice, but I'm not entirely sure how Corona Mountain will shape this whole thing. So with that, I guess, I think I just need to go ahead and start placing blocks and building to see how it will turn out. But yeah, yep, oh, and I think I should just build now, and do you hear that? It's that Gusty Garden Galaxy music starting to pick up. Here we go. It was time for the ultimate final time-lapse of building Delfino Plaza in my hardcore world. this time lapse ended up longer than I expected. Now's a great time to say though, if you're enjoying my content, consider joining my Patreon. We've got awesome perks, and the more support means hopefully my next video won't take another 2 years to make. Just think about it, think about it. Here was the city finished. Lots and lots and lots of building went into this, and while the city was finally finished, I still had a mountain to make that dwarfed the city in comparison to how large it was. The one good thing was, I now knew how I would tackle this flat expanse of land. Just lots of chiseling and carving. With that, it was time to finally finish my starter base. Man, sitting here on this mountain, I actually can't believe it's done. This is a project I jokingly started to give me an excuse to play some hardcore Minecraft a long time ago. But here we are, done and done. What do you guys think of the city? I just want to say, as we're touring the city in its finality and showcasing just how insanely huge this mountain is, I want to give a massive shout out to Muffin Sale, Metro, and a few others whose names are on the screen for keeping me sane and giving me the motivation to finish this project while streaming. I guess the only real question is, now that this is all done, what do we build next? I've got a lot of ideas. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy life, enjoy Minecraft, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!